Welcome to Mad Lizard RC. It is the next day. We're going to do a quick coverage on the Sonic Wake 48. So this is after I did my 63 miles an hour. I was actually quite happy. I was excited. Finally got it up and over, that 60 miles an hour mark, what I've been working at. Just kind of a, overlay of, some of the runs I've been doing. I've been stuck at that 58 miles an hour for a while, and I finally punched through. And then, I'm going to make a few more changes, see if I can get it to go a little bit faster. This is, again, just for myself, but just to kind of help some people out. So a little bit of coverage on, what I've done to the boat already. The propellers, I'm kind of being quiet about those right now. Only fact is that I'm just pushing this for myself. Once I kind of get a good combination, once I get it kind of figured out, then I'll start disclosing some of the propeller sizes. One of the common ones that came out was the 2115 prop ABC that Big B got at 62 miles an hour with his setup and stuff like that. And so, I've been playing with some other ones as well, trying to figure out a good combination. And then once I kind of figure out, what, things are capable of, then, I'll start kind of messing around with different props as well for, doing ovals, messing around and runtime, etc. So here's a quick overview. So here she is right here. So first things first, right off the bat is that, we all know out of the box, the handling on the boat is crap. It bounces a lot, it's very flighty, and any type of speed, blowovers, it bounces like hell. So first things I went and did was, I got rid of the stock trim tabs and I went to the style trim tab right here. It's a stainless with the turnbuckle here. I did have to, re-drill the holes in there for 4 screws, but I just went with the stock 2 screws, re-drilled it. I added this hole right here to allow for some of the water to flow back out. Same thing on the other side. So these ones are, 2 inches long, and they originally were 3 inches long, but then I cut them down to 2.5. So the reason and what I thought was that basically when, this gets up on plane and, the propeller is the pivot point. So basically with the trim tabs being too short, the potential of that, it really, causing that high, the trim tabs come out of the water, is not allowing the boat to really seat down into the water and causing some problems. So, I went to, I started with the 3-inch, tried that, then I shortened them just a little bit to reduce some drag. And, that's where I've kind of been setting at. And these are flush. I'm not running them below the boat like the stock ones or anything like that, just flush. And so far the ride attitude has been, really good. It's smooth. Depending on my place of my batteries, I'll get a slight bounce. But again, I'm, all my weight's backwards. I'm trying to, push it and reduce drag, so they're a little bit higher. I'm gonna have a little bit of bounce, but again, I can tune that easily out. So all my previous videos and my last one of the testing, it's been riding really smooth. So my last 63 miles an hour, I did have a little bit of bounce, but again, my batteries are all the way back. So next run, I was gonna throw all the batteries all the way forward in the tray and see if that kind of helps a little bit to getting that weight a little more forward. So again, SMC Lipos, 8200s, 150C, great batteries, good, punch for those, the longer trays. So the inside, stock motor, stock servo. I got the cover off this because of the data logging. Now, the stock 160 amp ESC is most of the time just fine with, especially the 2115. But then when you start running into is that the 160 will start over amping, 160 amps. It's quite a bit, but not, I feel to me this boat requires a lot more amperage to drive something, something this big. Again, nothing wrong with the 160, but so I went with the Castle XL2, and this was just my preference, not to, it didn't give me more speed, but what it gave me was, a higher amperage rate I can go up to. So instead of being 160, the claimed is up to 400. So my other day, in my 63 mile an hour run, I was at 208 amps. So I have way more to go with that ESC. Stock motor so far been pretty happy, about 110, 120 with the temperatures, not bad at all. So, so originally, I was getting 58, almost about 58 miles an hour on the stock ESC. Excuse me. Then I went and tried a different propeller, then it started amp cutting, and I get up to speed and the amp cut. So I kind of figured, okay, I'm maxing out, I'm taxing that ESC, it's time to change. So, I swapped the ESC, ran it again, and, I got 58 again. It wasn't, about the speed, and, it wasn't about the speed. So basically, it gave me the same speed, but then again, I was able to come back, get it on the computer, look at the data, and, the data was showing me about 186 amps and 190 amps. And then, propeller RPM, I was right about 20,000, which I needed more RPM, more. So a few more tweaks on the boat, did the trim tabs, kind of get it a little bit out of the water more. And after a few more tweaks, went back out and got my 63. So I'm going to make a few more tweaks, see what I can push a little bit more out of it, pull the data again, and take a look at it. So that's why I went to it. It's not because, it's going to be faster, but it just, gives you more headroom with your amps. You can run more propellers, more tuning options, the data, just a lot more added to it. And I'm going to keep this boat 8S. I'm not going to do 10, 12, excuse me, guys, or anything like that. Just 8S. That's all my batteries. I don't have to go buy more batteries, do more setups or anything like that. If I can get it in the 60s, I'm happy. So then with batteries, lately I've been running them, all the way back like this, so that way I can get all the way back. So the next run, I'm going to run them up a little bit further, and then, over time, I might get around to making some new battery trays in here to get more position. I don't know yet. I'm still contemplating on that. It's the stock tray so far, I have not had a problem. I haven't even had to, do the modification like Big B to get them up forward or anything with the new trim tabs. It just, the trim tabs just seem to basically just fix that problem. So other than that, mounting, I did my own custom carbon fiber tray. It, screws right in, and then, this tray can be turned one direction, run the ESC this way, or it can be turned this way to run it this way. And then with the optional strap as well. ESC, I went up, the ESC can go up and around and strap it down. So, I got double-sided sticky tape plus a Velcro strap. So this thing's solid. It's not going nowhere. So kind of a layout from there, kind of where I'm at. Stock turn fin, stock rudder. I got the prop pulled out. I'm doing an inspection on the cable, normal maintenance, grease and stuff like that, and so forth. But, I wanted to kind of give a quick overlay of that. Here's the recoil. I got it rebuilt. I got a Speedmaster Stinger that I had laying around. 4514 rake prop on that. Now this is, flag color ESC. I was running the stock for a while, seeing if I could blow it up. No issues. And again, and the reason for that is that this is a modified motor. It's a 1910 kV Spectrum motor. Originally it was a 2300. I had it rewound and kV changed. So far I got 60 miles an hour. Everything runs nice and cool, and it's continuing on. The flag color, I just put that in there and see if, if that's, any helpful with the boat as well. But the stock ESC has been running just fine. I'll use that for something else later on down the road. Anyway, so quick overlook of kind of where I'm standing right now. We're going to go back out, take that, and then once I'm done with that, trying to get to my PB, then I'm going to mess around with the recoil. Then I got another one on the shelf I've been wanting to get out, especially on a couple rivers. Then I got a new one coming here soon too. So anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate the support. Please like and subscribe. Getting closer to that 1,000K subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys. It's helped me kind of push further the support. Check out Mad Lizard Products. That helps me as well with the support and continuing on bringing good content and more products and parts out for you guys.